Mudstone crumbs, shell fragments, finest sand, tidal grind every day, every night. A medium of crawling life, compressed, baked, lifted, blown away.
Salt, marsh, shallow, soil, shingle, marram, grass, fescue, grass, tidal, path, creek of pollen, falls in whispers.
Mudstone crumbs,
Salt,
shell,
marsh,
fragments,
shallow,
finest sand,
soil,
tidal,
shingle,
grind,
marram,
every day,
grass,
every
fescue,
night.
grass,
A medium of
tidal,
crawling
path,
life,
creek
compressed,
of
baked,
pollen,
lifted,
falls
blown away.
in whispers. In the clay, in the loam, in the top of the soil, in the sand, in the malt of the sea. In the light sound of shift in the swash zone, waves burrow for release. In the bend of the body I balance, my current only takes me back. When seawards, seawards is the call of my curve and no turning.
Two large cormorants flew rapidly and very low across the water, heading directly towards Langstone Rock, where Dawlish Warren joins the coast just beyond the western edge of the estuary. Their wingtips were almost touching the choppy water. This must have been about 7:45 on Friday morning. I was 30 yards or so out in the sea, only my head visible between the waves that the cormorants flew in among as they powered along one behind the other. I had come down a concrete lifeboat ramp and taken just a few steps on wet sand scattered with various shells, little gleaming stones and scraps of seaweed, getting quickly into the cool water. The sky was piled up with dark grey cloud overhead, but clear and bright at the horizon. Two birds passed close by and continued on their way, indifferent to me watching them from in the water, and they gave no indication if they saw anything unusual.
She swam, only at night, on the spring tides, in the silk light of water slipping her over the mudflats. When they studied why she did it, drifted, far beyond her limits, though it made her vulnerable to prey. Several theories came, but none swam. At night, in a spring tide, in the silk light, unsure of itself, becoming only what is left after breaking. Herring gull, black-headed gull, Arctic tern, oyster catcher, turnstone, soundling, carrion crow, jackdaw, white wagtail, rock pipit, peregrine, kestrel, buzzard, brent goose, cormorant, kingfisher, further out, gannet.
Stomach of fur, coughed up at low tide, stranded. Snowfall of fur, dusting the mouth, sanded. Out of this, worms fall, soft as whispers, coiling into fawning, Aphrodite. And out of her hair come the corpses of a swallowed sea. Mussel shell, oyster shell, clam shell, cockle shell, whelk shell, limpet shell, winkle shell, razor shell, crab shell, lobster shell, prawn shell, sea lettuce.
She windblown sand, seashell sand, shifting sand, she sea sandwort, sea rockets, sea holly, she half sand, she both sand, she half sea, she both sand, she is a both formed thing. She wool sand, cotton sand, wood sand, she sea leather, sea crystal, sea skin, she half wool, she both skin, she half skin, she both wool, she is a woolen skin, she asphalt soil, nylon soil, sandy soil, she landscape, escape, seascape, she half soil, she both scape, she half scape, she both soil, she escapes.
And swimming my slow breaststroke out to the channel, I saw a dark-winged butterfly come flying in above the waves, moving with the breeze, heading for the dunes. Was this a migrant painted lady, third generation, from Africa?
Drifter. On the surface, upside, down, dead, water, floater, upper, on the literal fringe, sheltered, lower, very sheltered, swimmer, upward, of hundreds of thousands, 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 of thousands, of hundreds 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 of thousands of houses, of hundreds of houses, of hundreds of houses, of hundreds of houses, of sands, of houses, of sand, of houses, of sand, of hums, of sand, of hums, of sand, of hum, of sand, of humming.
Drifter on the surface, upside down, dead, water, floater, upper, sheltered, on the literal fringe, lower, very sheltered, swimmer upward, of hundreds, of thousands, 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 of hundreds,
of houses,
hundreds of houses, of hundreds of houses, of hundreds of houses, of hundreds, sands of houses of sand, houses of sand, of hums of sand, of hum of sand.